Hello and welcome to another edition of the ICA Sports and Fitness Science Council, trying to bring to you some of the leaders in the industry of chiropractic and sports and fitness. And we've got an upcoming conference that we're going to join, go down to Dallas, see the Pro Hockey Chiropractic Society. And I've been talking with them and I've got to know several of their presenters. And today we have another presenter with us, Dr. Alan Sokoloff, going to speak with us here from the Baltimore area, correct?
Absolutely.
So why don't you go ahead and tell us why you would be considered to be a sports doctor at this Pro Hockey Chiropractic
Well, it's
Society?
really weird. First of all, Brent, thank you for having me. Excited to be here. I enjoyed our couple off the air short stories that we shared already. This is a weird conference for me. I travel around the country and the world talking about sports and chiropractic. My heart gut feeling is there's no better way to promote what we do, talk about what we do than through sports, whether it's t-ball, whether it's flag football, whether it's the NFL or Major League Baseball. Everybody wants to perform better, perform longer. And if we can demonstrate that through what we do with our everyday patients, they get great results on the field at a local level, at a high school level, at a collegiate level, and professional and Olympic levels. I literally just got done doing a webinar for Chiropractic University in South Africa talking about this very same thing and why there is no better time than now to be a sports chiropractor. Everyone thinks our market is saturated, there's no room for me, but there are not enough of us to do the work that needs to be done out there.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's great. That's exactly what our council talks about, promotes how sports can be the ambassador for chiropractic to get more people exposed, understand what we do through our athletes and our our exposure through
Yeah.
sports. And the one guy that does a lot of this is Alan Palmer, a friend of both of
Yep.
ours. And he's got his Pro Hockey Chiropractic Society going to meet this July down in Dallas at the Dallas Stars locker room. And I saw that you're going to be a presenter there, so I thought we would talk. And can you give us a little preview, or back in my days we call them Cliff Notes
Yeah,
version,
well,
maybe of what you're going to
and,
be?
and this is one that originally was out of my wheelhouse because I'm talking about concussions and concussions in sports and concussions in hockey. And while I have never played hockey, I have never worked hockey, I, like other chiropractors, understand mechanism of injury and understand concussion and concussion awareness and concussion prevention. And these are the areas that chiropractors in general should be slam dunk home run referral sources for education. So I'm taking a little twist. There are some very qualified presenters that are going to be down there talking about concussion and all the technical stuff involved with concussion from a hockey perspective. And while I'm going to put a hockey spin on everything that I do, whether you're working with a youth hockey team, a pro hockey team, or whether you're working with a little league team or a major league baseball team, the stuff I'm going to be talking about are going to be things that you could just take right away and put them into your office and start doing stuff now. Because, like I said before, there are not enough of us to do the work that needs to be done out there.
I love that topic too, because this is our 28th podcast we've done for the ICA Sports and Fitness Science Council. And I would say half of about concussions in
Well,
sports, because I think chiropractors are really leading the way with this.
and for me, we all have to know what our strengths and what our weaknesses are. So for me personally, one of my weaknesses that we won't talk about today is nutrition. I just suck at nutrition. So I refer to a lot of friends and colleagues that get into it. The other area is in the neurological happenings of a concussion. I can give it the 101 talk. There are a lot more qualified guys than myself like that are going to be presenting at this conference that do a great job of understanding what happens. My take's a little different. My take is, okay, I don't want that person. I don't want to be the first stop for that kid or that athlete coming into my office. But this again is just me. I don't have that extra training in neurology. I don't have any of those post graduate degrees. I don't have a neurology book in my library, but I have great friends, colleagues that are either neurological chiropractors or neurologists, neurosurgeons, or different types of physicians that deal with concussions every day. That's not me. What I want is after we figure out what's going on, I want that kid or that athlete in my office because of the mechanism of injury that caused the concussion in the first place. And oh, by the way, is probably duplicating the same symptoms that they had as a result of the concussion. And let's race to see who gets rid of those symptoms first. And at the end of the day, who cares? As long as that person gets better.
Absolutely. I echo everything you just said. In my community, I have a orthopedic place. They do all the concussion testing and release the care, and I do all the care. And I don't have that diplomate in neurology either. I just know you can't have a head injury without a neck
Right.
injury. And I think this is why you come to these conferences. This is why you can't get online, is talking with us in between classes about how we do it every day in our
Yeah.
practices and how we deal with our everyday patients. So that they don't have to be a Rockford Ice Hog or part of the Blackhawks. They don't have to be a Baltimore Oriole for you. It can just be anybody off the street that suspect a head injury, and we know about neck injuries inside and out, and we do great care for
Right.
them. Thanks for sharing that
And
part.
again, there are so many more young hockey players than there are pro hockey players, but there aren't enough of us to cover that. But even if you're not into hockey, but you like that whole sports vibe, and like you said, not only sports vibe, but they're giving a real cool experience behind the scenes stuff that you normally wouldn't see. And then the next time you watch a game, you see it differently because you understand little things that are going on. But be able to take everything that you just learned, go back to your underserved community and make a difference in your community, help save lives. Yeah, I do a whole talk on youth sports and the number of kids that are injured, the number of kids that are dying as a result of preventable sports injuries is horrible. Now, is that a chiropractor's job? Was that in my job description? Probably not. But think outside the friggin' box for a second and look at the impact you can make on your community as a doctor of chiropractic, knowledgeable in sports, no matter what the sport is.
Yeah, Dr. Todd McDougall got me to come to Madison, Wisconsin to see how to adjust the strongman
Oh,
games.
oh,
And I thought to myself, when am I ever going to have a 6'7", 425-pound guy come in my office? But the principles that he uses for stability in the lumbar spine, the pelvic, I was able to apply to a retired 82-year-old nurse that was taking care of her husband on hospice so that they could have time alone in their house. It's amazing how you learn this for an athlete, and then tomorrow somebody doesn't look anything like a strong man comes in your office and you're able to apply the same
well,
principles. And I want everyone to understand.
because athletes are goal oriented in a different way. An athlete wants to run faster, jump higher, lift more, push more. But some of our chiropractic brethren don't understand that everyday patients are like that too. Mrs. Smith wants to turn her head to back the car out of the driveway. Your patient wants to be able to lift and mobilize her husband. People do things every day. Treating patients is not about 3 days a week until your insurance runs out, or paying this huge case fee for minimal results. It's about getting results. Get what are those patients' goals about getting better? And how do you get them to there? Is it about being in my office all the time? Or is it about what you do when you're not here and weaving those things together to allow that patient to really help themselves get better?
Absolutely. And I want anyone listening to this podcast to look at the prohockeychiros.com to see more about this upcoming conference. And like we talked about, you don't have to be a hockey chiropractor
No.
to come here and learn amazing things. You're going to hear some cool hockey stories and see some chiropractors that have seen some crazy things in the locker room. And we're going to be in the locker room, right? We're going to be in the Dallas Stars locker room. That's going to be
So
pretty
cool.
neat. So we're looking forward to it. And I always finish the floor with my guests. I always ask my guests if they have anything more they'd like to add or anything we need to talk about. The floor is
Well,
yours.
thank you. I appreciate this opportunity. And so, what it is for me is, what is your drive? What's your passion? And mine are kids and athletes, because, as I mentioned before, there are so many communities I'll take Oklahoma, for example. Do you know that only 25% of the high schools in Oklahoma have an athletic trainer or have some sort of professional help? That's that it's like sending your kid swimming without a lifeguard. There are so many opportunities involved in sports and chiropractic, not necessarily to do their jobs, but if we can train ourselves to be a better part of the entire healthcare community, there is not an issue. Is there a better time to be a sports chiropractor? Absolutely not. The time's now.
Awesome. Well, thanks again, everybody. Again, I'll do one more plug, the prohockeychiros.com. Go on and check out the seminar coming up if you want to learn more. And again, check out the other podcasts. We have other guests. We've had Dr. Winchester, other people on.
Wait.
Love to have you come learn more
Wait.
from it.
There are others besides me? I thought this was all.
Every
Oh man. All right, that's all good. I can't. So if you're not a hockey guy, come sit in the back with me because I'm going to be paying attention to all these other speakers too.
Well, everybody has an opening
Yep.
act, right? So there you go. Love to have you come down. Check it out, prohockeychiros.com. And thanks for listening to the ICA Sports and Science Fitness podcast. And if you want to get more involved in sports chiropractic, that's what our whole council is about. And same with the other councils that we've partnered up with and become friends with to help you become a better sports chiropractor. Thanks for tuning in and listening.